Well, we've seen huge impacts clearly from the conflict in Ukraine, with the flows of energy around the world substantially changing for the last 2 years. Although in the last week we've begun to see gas prices back to pre-Ukraine levels, but inevitably geopolitics will continue to play a significant role in energy for the foreseeable future. We are expecting a UK election later this year or very early next year. We'll be hearing from the Shadow Secretary of State for Net Zero and Climate Change, Ed Miliband, today, and we'll be hearing from the current government tomorrow. I think, of course, governments make a difference. I think in the grand scheme of things, though, to me, the direction of travel is clear, and really a change in political party is perhaps more nuanced, certainly in this country. It may be different elsewhere in the world.
Gas has been very controversial. What role do you think gas will play in future energy systems?
Well, we've heard various views on gas this week. We've heard the argument, the case for gas as a transition fuel. We've heard the case for gas playing a longer term role. I think there are many solutions that are going to play into the energy transition, and we will follow how each technology progresses through our statistical review of world energy. But I think what's important is that we keep the options open, we explore the different pathways, but above all, we get into action and actually putting new technologies into place. We have got so much further to go when it comes to diversity, equity and inclusion. And this is not just because it is the right thing to do, which it is, but the reality is our energy sector does not reflect the societies in which we operate. And if we think of a far stronger consumer-led energy transition, we need people who work in the industry to represent the societies in which they operate. It's a challenging time for government right now. On the one hand, we need to transition. The UK has, in many respects, led the transition globally and provided real leadership. On the other hand, we need to be mindful of communities potentially being left behind, and we mustn't repeat some of the mistakes of the past where we left whole communities behind as we transition from coal to natural gas. So I think, we heard from Ed some of those trade-offs, and we'll have to see how that plays out through government and of course the elections, which we expect later this year.